Well, firstly, before I start, I just want to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we're on, elders past, present, but also future. It's important we look to our kids. I want to acknowledge the strong black women that have been in our communities and been holding them together for decades. And fellas, I'm talking about our nans and our aunts and our mums. I want to acknowledge the other winners of these awards too. And I want to acknowledge the other programs that are out there. There's as far as I'm concerned, the more of these programs that are out there dealing with mental health, the better for everybody. You know, people can do a little bit of shopping trolley. You know, take a little bit of what they need to fix up things in their own lives. I want to acknowledge also that you know, Caritas are one of the people that fund me too for allow me to get around Australia, different communities. It's about equipping people with visual, holistic tools that allow them to deal with the issues in their lives and to understand how we are like we are, but with these tools just allow us to be able to put things into perspective where things fit. Red Dust is unique in it's that we deal with rejection, the underlying factor to all of people talk about trauma all the time, but for me it's about getting to that underlying factor of rejection. And that rejection is the abuse, the neglect, the abandonment, the domestic violence, but also grief and loss is a major part of rejection, a major part of it. But no one's ever said abuse me, neglect me, belt me, abandon me, or die on me. We just get given it. Rejection, I just use the concept of that tree, that root system being family, mum, dad, nan, pop, uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, trunk of the tree, us, the branches, our choices we make. The nutrients that come up, unfortunately, the rejection comes up that tree. Rejection going up that tree is not your fault. No one's asked for it, as I said. But when we've been rejected in our lives, we spend the rest of our lives looking for the acceptance, the love, the respect, the caring, the sharing, the values, the morals. But love, respect, belonging, acceptance begin within self, not in other people's approval. And for me, I just want to acknowledge that people are out there and they're struggling, but there's also, it's the everyday people that get up that inspire me. They get up and, you know, struggle. They think they're struggling in their own lives and that, but they just keep going, keep pressing on. My acknowledgement of everybody for who they are and for what they do. I guess for me, closing out, I just want to say quickly is that my motto of Red Dust Healing is when the dust settles on our lives, all we get to keep and take with us is our dignity, our integrity, and the love and respect we share with people. I thank everybody who's been associated with this, and I want to acknowledge my family, my friends, because they are who I am. And I want to acknowledge also my own hometown in Narromine, because it will always be home, and that's where it's been wonderful growing up. But we've got to come back to people. I reckon about 35 years ago in this country we took our eyes off people and turned it to money or materials. I've been trying to turn it back ever since. But this is not about me, it's about us, it's about all of us. And, you know, life's simple. Life is one breath, one heartbeat at a time. But unfortunately, sometimes we just complicate the crap out of it. We just got to get back to looking after ourselves, looking after our family, and let the world look after itself, you know. Don't try and work everything out. Everybody's trying to work everything out. Sky's blue because it's blue. Water's wet because it's wet. Just got to accept things for how they are. But you get one crack at this life. Live it the best you can. And once again, with my acknowledgement, I just want to thank everybody for the opportunity of this. I'm humbled by this award, and wish everybody well in their future endeavours.